Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and introduce Spanish 111 to you. So we're basically going to use Moodle. I've put everything in Moodle. You do need access to my language labs, and I know if you have taken Spanish with another instructor at Guilford Tech that they probably have activities in my language labs. I'm not going to put any activities there. I've taken the activities that I wanted to use in my language labs and actually have put them in Moodle. But this is what my language labs looks like. So if you do want to go out there, what you would get from there is your text, which I cannot pull up as, hold on a minute, because I'm in a student view. So let me go back to instructor view. Okay, so now I can pull up, you'll be able to click up here on your e-text and it will pull up an electronic version of our textbook. So if you don't want to buy the textbooks, you don't have to. You can just use the electronic version. And if you don't like having it on the computer, because maybe you're trying to do work on the computer, I also have. That's funny. It's you can also I have a link that shows you where to get the app. You can actually put it so you can see it. You can actually put it on your phone, or you can use it like on your iPad as well. So if you were working on your computer and you wanted to look at your book, you could do it on your phone. And if you want to get the hard text, you can do that as well. I think that the bookstore sells it as a hard text. You could also buy like the loose leaf papers of it and put it in a binder. So it's whatever you want to do. You don't have to buy the text for me. You can use the electronic one as long as that's what you want. Let me go back to student view. Some other things that are out here in student view that you might want to use. There's a glossary, which is basically like a dictionary. So if you're looking up words, you can use the glossary that's out here. There's some tutorials, so you might want to look at the various tutorials that they have by maybe by chapter. So there's different videos that you could watch that explain things. And where to go? And then there should be, what are these things? Okay, and I thought there used to be a chart out here for conjugation, which I don't see at the moment. They may have taken that away, but or it might be in with the tutorial. So you can access the tutorials for help. You can get your e-text. You can use your glossary. So those are various things that could help you throughout the semester. But primarily, we're going to be out here in Moodle. Up at the top, you'll see a news forum. If I need to communicate with you guys, I will send messages via the news forum. It'll live there, but it'll also go out to your GTCC email. Below that is a missing work forum. So periodically throughout the semester, I may make note of people who are missing assignments and give you an opportunity to make up some of that work. And if I do that, you will need to post in that form, that missing work form, when you've completed your work, and I will also communicate with you in that form telling you that I have graded your work. It's just the easiest way for me to keep it organized. Email, there's just so many things coming in through email that it's not as organized. So if you're reaching out to me about missed work via email, I'm going to send you to the form. I won't deal with it through email. Here's the start here block. It reminds you that you've got to complete an activity in the course by the census date. And if you go down further, it'll tell you the census date is the 7th. This is a video that will introduce you guys to me. And then this video introduces you to the course, which is the video that we're doing now. And then these are the activities that you need to complete by the census date to remain in the class. Down here, this tells you how to set yourself up in my language labs. This first one is if you need to buy access to my language labs. The second one is if you were in the class and you had to drop it, but your access is still, like you still have access to my language labs. This will just tell you how to enroll in my particular course. There is a 2-week temporary access code too that's available to you guys. So when you open this up, it'll give you a code that you can use to set yourself up in My Language Labs, and it's good for 2 weeks. And after those 14 days, you'll have to purchase My Language Labs. And then this video will tell you how to do that, so you link both your accounts. Which really doesn't matter as much right now because, like I said, all the work is in here. In the past, it mattered because I used to make you do the work in My Language Labs. But I have this set up by weeks. I'm going Sunday to Saturday. Our work is always due on Thursday. At the top of each week, it'll tell you the topic that we're covering. And when you open these, it's going to be a lot because remember, during the year, these are 16-week courses. So we've shoved everything into 8 weeks. So it's essentially like you're doing 2 weeks in one. So you will see a lot of work in each block. This one maybe isn't quite so bad, but as you progress, you might see a lot more work, but just keep that in mind that you're doing 2 weeks at a time, and that's why it is that way. You'll have various assignments. One that's repeated is the class participation form. You'll see one of those each week, and it's just a check-in. I ask you guys to post questions or concerns you have about the class, and if you have none, you still have to post. You just have to say that you have no questions or concerns. And that is something that I never let people make up because it's an easy grade. You simply have to say I have no questions or concerns. When you see assignments like assignment 3, 4, 5, etc., these are the things that came from My Language Labs that I moved into Moodle. You have 2 attempts on them and you get the right answers after the first attempt. So there's no reason not to make 100 on these. And I have everything all in one place. So at the top, there'll be, at the top of various sections, you'll have videos that explain the topic to you. So like this one is the vocabulary. So this video won't be, let's see how many minutes it is. Okay, so like this video is 9 minutes because it's an instruction video. So rather than having it separate, it's all within the assignment. So you would watch this video, that's how I'm teaching the concept to you, and then you would do the activities. And remember, you can make it bigger by hitting this button. And if it's still not super clear, these are all YouTube videos. You might just want to pop it out. If you click this, you can pop it out into YouTube, which might make it easier to see. So anyway, you would watch that. And then for each activity, there'll be an explanation. So this video right here, it should be pretty short. Let's see. It's about 47 seconds. It just explains how to do 101. And then there's a video down here. This also would be short and it explains how to do 102. And this one would be short as well and explains how to do 103. This one though, alphabet explanation, this is another teaching video. So it would be, let's see here, 12 minutes. So just make sure, sorry about that spelling, that needs to be fixed. Just make sure though that you're watching both the instruction videos and the ones that explain to you how to do the activity. So the little videos that explain how to do the activity are so that you know what you're supposed to put in each blank. And then the instruction videos are teaching the material. So, you know, I don't expect you to just look in the book and magically know. These longer videos walk you through the grammar and vocabulary that we're learning for the semester. Okay, so let me go back. Okay, so in each assignment, I try to have a little video that tells you how to complete it. Sometimes you'll have cultural ones, which are right here. Then you also might have, we have oral dialogue activities, and if you open that up, it will tell you there's different ways that you can make a recording. I try to give you multiple options, so when you're doing a recording for me, you don't have to watch all of these videos. You can just pick the option that, or you might want to the first time to kind of figure out which option you prefer, and then after that, you know, you don't have to watch them all. It's just, you know, some tell you how to do it using your phone, how to use Vocaroo, how to use VidGrid, etc. Let me see if there's anything else. So these guys are called workshops and they have multiple phases, and I will usually move them as they move through the phase. So like the first week is always about writing a script for an oral dialogue or writing a draft for a writing assignment. And then I will move them down to the next week, because the next week you're still working in this assignment, but you'll have somebody else's script or writing draft to critique, as well as I will critique your scripts in your writing draft, and then it'll move again and I'll put it like, for example, right here is oral dialogue 2. This is where you would make your recording, but you'll see that workshop, that oral dialogue workshop, move places to where did it go? It'll be right here, so that way on the third week I close it out and you can see your feedback. And if I give you feedback, I definitely want you to use it when you're making your recording. So you'd be able to open it up when it's here, see the feedback, look at your script, and then make your recording. So that's another thing that I usually I cannot let you turn in late are workshops, because it's a multi-phase thing, and to open it up to let you turn something in late messes everybody else up, because you might want to be turning in a submission and they're already trying to do their critiques, and I'm not going to penalize the whole class for somebody being late on those. So if you don't get those scripts and drafts done, you have to take the 0. If you do still want feedback, I usually tell people to post their drafts and scripts into the participation form for that week, and I will look at it and give you feedback. You just still won't get the grade. But those are homework grades, and missing a few homework grades is not going to make, I mean, obviously the more things you do, the better off your grade is, but you will not fail. There's lots and lots of homework grades, so a few missed homework grades is not going to make you fail the class. And I think that's pretty much it for the middle. You just have all, and if you open up each assignment, there should be a video that tells you how to complete it. So I think it's pretty self-explanatory. I think it says for most things that you have one attempt. For a lot, if it's a like true false, you can only have one attempt. But if it's something that has like fill in the blanks, even though I may say there's one attempt, I've actually been trying to give 2 where you'll see what you got wrong, but you won't see the right answer, and that gives you a chance to go back in and fix it. So like for tests and things, you usually have you have 2 attempts, not just one, even though in the recordings.
Are you done?
So anyway, so you have more than one attempt. And then over on the right hand side, you'll see information about me. This is my name, my blog. The blog I used more with I've changed things up a lot, but it just has links to resources that I've used in class before. So if you want to look at it, you can. The PowerPoints, I use those in the class. You're welcome to look at them. We probably won't, since we're online, won't be using them. It's my phone number. I'm just going to meet you guys by appointment, so just let me know if you need to have a meeting, and we'll meet via Teams. Also, you can text me using the Remind app, which is how I would prefer, for you to reach out to me, especially if it's something that needs immediate attention. This is the text, and like I said before, you don't have to get the text. You can just use the e-text that comes with my language labs. Here you can find the syllabus in 2 different formats, the grading criteria, that's the rubrics that I use to grade the orals and the writing, but they're embedded in the assignment, so you don't have to look at that if you don't want to. The course calendar just tells you, what we're studying each week and when assignments are due. It's also the last page of the syllabus. I'm going to gray out the final exam schedule because we are completely online. So your final exam is just going to be the last day of the course, which tells you right there is July the 27th. And here are resources, tutoring, Spanish tutoring, disability, etc. This is the priority line for GTCC for my language lab. So if you're having trouble with my language labs, or maybe you call it my Spanish lab, you probably want to call this number. Our course code is right here. These are the apps that take you, these are the links that take you to the app that you can put on your phone or on your tablet, so you can have your book there. And then I'm going to change this video. I actually have a PowerPoint that shows you different ways to make accent marks depending on, there's videos in there. I just put it all in one place, though they explain how to make accent marks depending on what type of device you're using. So I'm just going to give you a link to the PowerPoint, and you guys can, if you have a Mac, you look at the Mac information. If you have a Chromebook, you look at the Chromebook one, etc. So I think that pretty much covers everything, and I look forward to seeing you all online.